4 o'clock. I would like to call to order a special meeting of the Darien Police Commission. This is our 2,385th meeting. And the first thing on our agenda is we have 2 sets of minutes to approve. January 8th. Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second. All in favor? Yes. And motion to approve January 17th.
Motion.
Second. All those in favor? We're good. Although on our agenda, I think it should say 2020, but we can, I don't think that's the minutes, right? But the agenda should say January 17th, 2020. 2020.
I'll be doing that till about July, so.
I know. It's
I'm guilty of that every day, virtually.
until at least the half-year mark. Correspondence.
We got 2 letters, one from my compatriot Jim Heavey, who's the chief of police in Greenwich. On Christmas Eve, Officer Hinckley and Argo responded to Greenwich PD to assist with a burglary investigation. They set up a perimeter around the house. They thought the suspect possibly was still inside. She got down there and did go in the house to search for the burglary suspects. Burglars had gone, but he was complimentary and very appreciative of Officer Hinckley and Argo responding there quickly to assist Greenwich PD.
Chief, is that it? You have a mutual aid agreement with the... Yeah,
especially for canines. They'll put out something on the hotline, usually anyone with a canine working, either a narcotics dog or whatever they need. It's just something we do in Fairfield County. If anyone has a dog, we're going to go assist.
Does Greenwich have a dog?
They do, and they just must not have one there on Christmas Eve on duty. And Christmas Eve, the dog was off. Luckily, we had one ready to go. All worked out well. The other is from Damian Rinaldi, who's a social studies teacher at Darien High School. Officers Wallman and Silva spoke at his law and government class. Again, very complimentary of their knowledge and the rapport with the students. And kind of on short notice, going to speak to his class. Very complimentary of both officers, and glad to see that they're doing a fine job there at the high school.
Always a good opportunity. Department activity, Captain?
Yes. Okay. This is department activity from January 7th to yesterday. For the past 2 weeks, Officer Michael DeSantos completed the second phase of accident reconstruction training. Officer DeSantos is the newest member of the Darien Police Accident Reconstruction Team.
Jump in there real quick. I've been to these classes. They are not easy. Accident reconstruction, the first 2 phases are 2 weeks each, so it's an entire month for those first 2. A lot of math, a lot of computer type stuff, and it's something that we pride ourselves on. That we do have a very skilled accident reconstruction team. Again, we asked the question about helping out other agencies. We're called to help out agencies on a regular basis. So it's under the command of Lieutenant Hadema now, and they do an excellent job.
How many of our members have gone through the training or on the accident team?
6 now.
I was the 6th, so
back maybe to 5.
I believe all of them have been through all 3 phases of the accident reconstruction training, with the exception of Officer DeSantos, but I believe he's scheduled for that 3rd phase coming up some point in 2020. And there's also several specialty classes that we were all have gone through. It is some rigorous training.
Other than our officers who are trained in computer forensics and extraction, this is probably the most difficult training that we do as far as, exacting mathematical skills and computer skills. So anyone who goes through these 3 sessions is well skilled and well prepared to do our serious collision investigations here in Darien.
And I know we have been called to other towns recently, so.
Yes, indeed.
Carry on.
Okay, January 8th, a member of the YMCA reported that his wallet was stolen from an unlocked locker while he was using the facility during the day. January 10th, 60-year-old Darien man was arrested for his involvement in a domestic violence incident. On the 13th, approximately 4 p.m., several occupants of a black Subaru Legacy unsuccessfully attempted to steal an idling vehicle from the gas station at 211 Post Road. The vehicle was left unattended while the owner was inside the gas station. Same suspects reportedly stole vehicles from the northbound I-95 service areas in both Darien and Fairfield after that. On January 8th and 9th, 2 members of the Darien Police Department command staff attended the FBI National Academy Associates School Shooting Prevention Leadership Forum in New York, New York. On the 15th, shortly before 5 p.m., a 46-year-old Mcana man was arrested for DWI and possession of narcotics after the vehicle he was operating crashed into a fence on Mansfield Avenue. January 17th, approximately 10:15 p.m., officers were dispatched to the 400 block of White Street in report of suspicious motor vehicle. Upon arrival, officers located 3 juveniles from Stanford in a Toyota SUV that had been stolen out of Stanford. All 3 were issued juvenile summonses and released to their parents. On the 16th, detectives responded to a correctional facility in Massachusetts and extradited a 29-year-old Vermont man for his role in a car burglary and theft of credit cards back in 2017. I'll skip that. Beginning this week, the Darien Police Department will be participating in the statewide Blue Envelope program. This program was initiated under a new state law which is designed to help improve officer encounters with individuals operating a motor vehicle who are on the autism spectrum. From January 7th to the 21st, 8 burglaries of unlocked motor vehicles occurring during the overnights on the 16th and the 21st. Patrol Division and Traffic Division combined for 216 traffic stops and 51 infractions issued. And on our accidents, we had 21 accidents during that period. 2 involved injuries. 7 were storm-related from a snowstorm that we had. Most of them were on the post road once again, and the manner of impact was front to rear, or the rear end collision, what we call it. Typical for those types of accidents.
So a couple of things on the activity report. Again, at the YMCA, the real emphasis should be on lock in the lockers. This has been going on forever. The police obviously cannot monitor the inside of the locker room at the YMCA. Lockers are provided. You need to put a lock on your locker to keep your stuff secured. The juveniles that were arrested in the stolen car on Hoyt Street, that was the night after we've had motor vehicle burglaries. That was the 17th. We had motor vehicle burglaries on the 16th. Not to say the same parties involved, but it's quite possible that those juveniles could have been responsible for some of the motor vehicle burglaries we had. We did go through a pretty good stretch of about a month, with almost, I don't know if we had any over the Christmas season, but
We're back in business.
back in business, and we did apprehend 3 juveniles that could have been involved in those kind of thefts.
We'll see what goes.
And on the Blue Envelope program, that's a collaborative effort between the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association and the DMV. It kind of follows up on the Green Envelope program. The Green Envelope program we've had for quite some time. It's for folks who are hearing impaired or deaf. Their paperwork goes in a green envelope. The officer instantly knows it's somebody that may have a hearing disability and just makes the transaction a little bit easier. Same thing now with the blue envelopes with the autism spectrum. If you get that envelope, the officer knows exactly what it is they're going to be dealing with, and it's just going to make the stop that much more professional and probably go a lot easier. So 2 good ideas. And those envelopes are here at the police department. If anyone has one, they can come get it from here, or they can get it from their local DMV location, either one.
Excellent. Old business? Nothing? Not me. New business, traffic. I think we have in here St. Luke's road race.
Yes, we have a request from St. Luke's Episcopal Church to hold their 5th annual Run with the Saints 5K road race. They have proposing November 1st, 2020, which is All Saints Day, to hold the race. They want to have a start time of 11:35 a.m. Kind of corresponds with when Mass is letting out. I personally worked the detail this year, and it went very smooth, and they are proposing to use the same race course and kind of have the same staff in the same locations because it did work so smooth. So they're requesting hold that event.
And just to be clear, because we're on TV, this is on our list of approved ones that we do every year. This is
Correct.
This is not new. This is part of our
5th year in a row, right?
general list of 15 or 13, or I can't remember how many are on the list. Do you need to have approval?
Yes.
I move that we approve the St. Luke's Run scheduled for November 1st.
Second.
We're good. Coffee with a Cop, Darien Library.
So Officer Leslie Silva is our coordinator and organizer for our Coffee with a Cop events. And she, obviously also being one of our canine handlers, has kind of put a new touch into this event coming up in February, in which both of our canine units will be present there at the library. The library has graciously offered to provide hot chocolate for kids, coffee for the adults, and there'll be, I'm sure, a question and answer segment with both our canine officers, and obviously the dogs will be there themselves. The library chose Saturday, February 15th as a day that looked very good for them, and we're going to staff it as well.
I'm not 100% sure if we've had a Saturday Coffee with a Cop event before. This may be the first time that it's on a Saturday. They thought over there.
What time? I think they're 10
it's
o'clock.
10.
10 to 12.
10 to 12.
It will be well publicized, I'm sure, between now and
I
then.
can't recall one that we've had on a Saturday, but they thought it would be ideal over there, get maybe a little bit of different clientele than usually you would get on a weekday or workday downtown. I think it's going to be a good event. We work very well with the library. Clearly, they're big supporters of the police department, and we're very happy that they're opening up to our event.
It's
Should
not
be
a
good
long
time.
commute. The dogs don't have far to go. No, I think it's a great idea, and I appreciate Officer Silva's efforts on doing them.
She does a very fine job with the Coffee with the
No,
Cop.
they
She
were
does.
well received, and that's a good one. All right, that is all I have. And it's a special meeting, so we can add nothing to the agenda. Anything else?
If anybody still wants to donate to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society fundraiser, your chief has 9 days and 18 minutes to go of wearing a beard.
I was going to say, I don't know if there
Not like
is,
you're
if
counting.
there is a zoom on that lens on Channel 79, but I suggest you try to zoom in on our chief
Now
with
that you can
his,
finally see it a little
with his
bit, we
beard.
got 9 days to go until it disappears.
he is
Once
not,
and for all.
not going to take on Joe Warren,
No.
but.
Joe Warren, he doesn't have any competition for me, so. Those who did donate, though, we do appreciate it. They did a fine job from the Police Association, and I'm glad to have done it for this month, to raise funds for the Leukemia Society.
We appreciate it, and
That is all.
that is all. We are adjourned, and our next meeting,
That was the question.